everybody out there. Welcome to the Alex Cuesta Daily Show on this beautiful Wednesday, February 16th of 2022. How are we doing out there, everybody? I am doing swell. It is hump day. I'm going to continue to say that stupid fucking thing because you know what? I like it. It is hump day. It's the middle of the week, and we are here to bring you some more fun-filled content. Before we get into anything, as always, like, share, follow, subscribe, rate us 5 stars on iTunes and Spotify, and continue to spread the word. Your shares, your word of mouth, it means more than you can know. And even just by liking something, it usually will show up on a feed or something. So it's helpful. All of it's helpful. Please do it all because it is a big deal to what I do over here on the Daily Show. It's a big deal to me and David on the actual, regular Alex Cuesta show and what goes on there. So please do it. As far as social media, go search the Alex Cuesta Show. You'll find it everywhere there. And on those social medias, you'll get all the posts from both the Daily Show and the Alex Cuesta Show itself, which is now being released on Saturdays. So we're going to get right into it. We're starting this off, the Biden COVID tracker. We're here. We're doing it again because, as always, we are going to hold the man to account. The man with the plan that failed, we got to continue to hold him to account. So today, the 16th, we are at 78,024,403 cases. That is an uptick of 137,163 from yesterday. And at deaths, we are at 925,061. That is an uptick of 3,296 from yesterday. So the cases were down from yesterday. It kind of looked like it did more from earlier in the week, but the deaths are right on par again. It's still another 3,000 plus dead. So again, Biden's not doing his job. What he's doing is not working. So we got to continue to hold to account because, if you come and you say you have a plan and you're going to do things on a plan and all this bullshit, then you need to be able to follow through, and he has not followed through. So got to go there, got to continue to harp on that and talk about that. So what we have on today, the article we have today was actually suggested to me by David, the co-host of the Alex Cuesta Show. And we plan on touching on it this weekend on kind of this subject on Saturday, what it is in a more loose way. But I want to talk to you about an article that is really concerning and should be concerning. And it's concerning in the fact of journalists doing the type of shit that is in this article is what's exactly wrong and why people don't trust journalists. Outside of CNN just being really bad, I did Chris Solis's article yesterday about how, another article about the walls closing in on Trump and all this shit. And then they list 7 other things that they're actively trying to get him on because they're insane TDS psychos that are obsessed with the man and scared shitless of him running in 2024. But they then do these types of things where they think they're smarter than everybody. That's the problem with the current journalists. They think that they're so much smarter than you, that they're part of the elite, and that you can't see through the type of shit that they're doing. So in Canada, the Freedom Convoy is still going on, and it has gained legs and spread legs in other countries, other parts of Canada, but they're currently still sitting in Ottawa proper on Parliament Hill, outside of the Parliament House, and waiting for them to lift all the COVID mandates, all of them. They want them all gone. They're done with them. And what happened is the GoFundMe, as we mentioned, was stopped. They were at, I think it was something like $10 million. It was an insane number. GoFundMe halted it because whatever reason, GoFundMe likes liberal causes, not conservative causes, or freedom causes, not even conservative, freedom causes. They like authoritarianism, not freedom. So the funders went to Give, Send, Go, and Give, Send, Go on there. They have like $7 million. And the donor list from Give, Send, Go got hacked, released on the internet, released on Twitter and such. And now all these names are out there and these people are getting harassed. They got doxxed. Now, this is an extremely left-wing tactic. This is what they do. The peaceful left, the beautiful left, the fun-loving, artsy-fartsy left. Whenever they don't like something that you're doing, they try to fuck your life up. And they try to make sure that you are scared to ever do anything like that again. And you better have learned your lesson or next time it'll be worse. That is how they work. It's how every single leftist government, how every single leftist movement, how every single leftist nation has ever done it. They escalate until it becomes physical. And if anything ever happens like that, it was your fault anyway, because you didn't listen and you didn't just go along with what we wanted you to do. This is an article of scaring people into not doing this again. So this article is from the Ottawa Citizen. So it's out of Canada. And it's written by Blair Crawford. It was written yesterday on the 15th. And the title is Threats Close Stella Luna Gelato Cafe After Owner's Name Appears in Give Send Go Data Leak. Tammy Giuliani says that she now regrets making her $250 donation. So let's just stop right there with the little headline. She now regrets making the donation. $250, a measly $250. She regrets it. Why? Because number one, she's been fed a bunch of bullshit about what it is now. And number two, the left successfully threatened her, her safety, her business, and her people. Let's read about it. Ottawa Stella Luna's Gelato Cafe was forced to close Tuesday after receiving threats when owner Tammy Giuliani's name appeared on a hacked list of Give Send Go donors to the Ottawa Freedom Convoy. Giuliani says that she now regrets making her $250 donation on February 5th and that staff in the shop had begun receiving threats Monday morning after her donation was posted on Twitter. So let me go right here. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to give you a little bit of a spoiler ad here. This article never tries to take to task or try to reveal or try to say who hacked. They never actually say that doing the doxing and the hacking is wrong. They never try to say that anything like that was incorrect, that it's out of bounds, that it should never happen. This is unacceptable. All the bullshit that they would puff their chest out anyway. And if they really cared, and when they try to pretend like they care about causes, that's what they do. You'll see this article mentions nothing like that. They talk about the threats. They talk about the potential violence. They talk about them being scared, but it's all kind of written in well, maybe you'll know better next time instead of doing that. Let's keep going. Quote, we got a call from the team saying, we're getting phone calls here. Giuliani said in a phone interview Monday afternoon. I said, what's going on? And they said, they're threatening to throw bricks to our window. They're threatening to come and get us. We said, lock the door and we'll find out what's going on. So again, these peaceful leftists who are all fun-loving, as we've seen through the George Floyd riots, as we've seen through any riot that leftists do, Antifa, all the nonsense, they always turn violent if you don't do exactly what they want you to do. They always turn violent, unlike the Freedom Convoy, which has been going on for damn near 3 weeks, and there isn't a single physical violence or death or burning or looting or stealing that has gone on. Let's continue. Giuliani said she ordered the shop closed and the staff to go home for their own safety. She said she intended to report the threats to the police. In the leaked Give Send Go post, Giuliani wrote that she had initially given $100 on GoFundMe, but asked for a refund when the fund was frozen. Now I'm giving you $250 and taking food down to the truckers every day. Thank you for continuing to fight for the Canadians across the country, she wrote. Giuliani confirmed she made the donation, but she had no idea about what she thought was a peaceful grassroots movement would become. So let's stop right there. Miss Giuliani here, I think she's lying about this part. I don't think she's changed her mind. I think she knew exactly what the truckers were there for, and I think she believed in it. But she now is a journalist from a major paper in her face, basically saying, why are you supporting white supremacists? Why are you supporting fascists? Why are you supporting this type of stuff? And what is the woman supposed to say? She wants to eventually reopen her stuff. She should never talk to this fucking journalist in the first place. But I guess she wanted to get her story out with the threats, but they were never going to write it that way. So I think she's backtracking a little bit because she wants to reopen her store at some point. Let's continue. When a group of people first decided they were going to travel across the country to spread this message of solidarity, it seemed like a beacon of hope for small businesses like us, she said. It's no surprise that small businesses have been on the edge. Families are at risk of losing their livelihood. I'm a sucker for a grassroots cause. Never in our wildest dreams did we anticipate that what has transpired over the past couple of weeks, she said. None of us anticipated what it turned into, and we certainly don't condone it. In retrospect, it was a bad judgment. But does it mean that the people have the right to threaten our staff? Does it mean people have the right to threaten and throw bricks through our window and threaten my family? We made a mistake. Who could have anticipated it? So, Ms. Giuliani, please don't do what they want you to do. Please don't do this. Don't apologize. Don't say you made a mistake. Stand your ground. Because you know something about you that's different than what people had to do in Chicago, what people had in Minneapolis, what people had in all of these other freaking places. You know what they had to do? They have to rebuild from scratch because their places were set on fire. Their stuff was burnt to the ground. That's what they had to do there. You're still standing. You got to close out. You got threatened by leftists who would have done that same exact goddamn thing to you, but you got out of it. It wasn't the people in the Freedom Convoy threatening you. You get to go back to your business. Your business wasn't vandalized. Your business wasn't destroyed. Don't apologize to the leftist mob. Let's keep going. Giuliani made her February 5th donation on the second weekend of the demonstration, when Ottawa police were describing it as volatile and dangerous, and lawyers were seeking court injunction to silence the constant blaring of air horns in the downtown core. Yes, so volatile and dangerous, they were honking their horns and being annoying to people. Wah. The backlash against Stella Luna on social media was swift and intense, with many pointing out that the rival creamery, Mushu Ice Cream on Bank Street, had to close because anti-mask demonstrators threatened its staff. Now, let's stop here. What was the threatening? They don't go into what the threat was. They were threatening the staff and they had to close, and they were anti-mask. You're a fucking loser if you care about anti-mask. I'm not going to be nice about that. If that's what you care about, you're a loser. Masks don't do anything. Let's keep going. Giuliani said the demonstrators had caused problems in her shops too, entering without masks and trying to force confrontations. I notified the staff not to get into any confrontation. I said, your job is to serve food and drinks, not get blasted by someone trying to make a point. So let's go there. If they were trying to confront you, if it was because you were sitting there saying, put a mask on, then you should be confronted because you're stupid. But at the same time, if they were trying to confront you and that's wrong of them, I will condone that. Let's finish out this article. Giuliani says she's made contributions to many other charitable causes too, including animal shelters, a soccer team, and a choir. We rarely say no, she said. The company has borrowed money to stay afloat during the pandemic, a debt that will probably take 7 years to pay off, she said. Stella Luna operates 2 shops in Ottawa and 1 in Merrickville. It employs about 40 people, Giuliani said. And that's the article. So to that one point where we rarely say no, honey, you had to go and do the donation to Give, Send, Go. You had to actively go into GoFundMe to give these donations. No one's making you do it. So we rarely say no, that's fine. You might have been asked nicely, but come on, you had to know what you were giving your money to. I think she's a little bit full of shit because she wants to reopen her company. And I don't like that she's apologizing. But at the same time, we're not going to the crux of the issue here. Leftist doxed businesses. Leftist threatened businesses. And then a leftist journalist is interviewing this person and now writing about it as a tale to all other small business owners that may want to get involved with the Freedom Convoy. The whole entire moral of the story here is don't do that, because look at what could happen to you. Look at what could happen to your staff with these really angry, mean truckers that aren't doing any actual violence, because we can't write about violence. We can't write about real looting. We can't write about fires. We can't write about people being killed. We can't write about people being beaten. We can't write about journalists being attacked. No, we don't have any of that with the trucker convoy. We don't have any of that with the Freedom Convoy. We have loud noises. We have maybe some rowdy cursing. We have, all those types of things going on. We have dance parties. We have hockey. But what you don't have is everything you see in a leftist riot. That's what we don't have. We don't have all the violence. We don't have all the anger. We don't have statues getting torn down. We don't have AOC, a sitting Congress member, leading a bunch of activists into Nancy Pelosi's office. We don't have any of that. So no, this is a threatening article to anyone else that has a business in the Ottawa region to not support this, especially don't donate it to it, or else look at what could happen. Stella Luna Gelato Cafe got lucky this time that the leftists didn't do what this probably Blair Crawford would have been happy that they did, throw the bricks through the staff and actually drag these people out. So it's a cautionary tale. And it's more of a cautionary tale to everyone out there too. People in Ottawa, small businesses, stand your ground. Side with the truckers. Don't give in to these leftists. They don't deserve it. Don't do it. Stand your ground. And America, get that friggin' trucker convoy going. We need it. All right. So that's the episode. Pretty quick episode today, but I hope everyone enjoyed it because it's something I think that's important here. We will be back again tomorrow, as always. If you like what you hear, like, share, follow, subscribe, rate 5 stars on Spotify and iTunes. Spread this word of mouth to all you know. And for the socials, The Alex Cuesta Show, go search it anywhere on social media. We are there. All right, everybody. I really appreciate y'all for listening. I will talk to everybody tomorrow. So long.